Hello and welcome to How to Sew. I am Laura, your guide to all things design. So this is a very simple tutorial, very quick. We're just going to show a straight stitch and a back stitch. The things that you want to keep in mind are to make sure that your edges for your two pieces are lined up nicely. If you have any notches, make sure that your notches are matching. You'll see that I don't use pins. I'm not a proponent of using pins unless you absolutely have to. If you have something that's very curvy and wavy, or if you have one side that's gathered and the other side, is not, and you have to fit them together, yes, pins are lovely. But then only strategically. You do not need to have a pin every inch. You do not need to have a pin every 2 inches. You just use them strategically at juncture points, or if you have something that's really, really long, you can put, a pin at each end and 1 or 2 pins in the center somewhere to just hold long stretches together. But for this small piece, I'm not going to bother. And we're not doing any fancy stitching, we're just doing a straight stitch. So you line up your edges with the depth of your seam. So my seams are 1/2 inch, so I line it up with the 1/2 inch marker on my Bernina, and I start stitching. Now on my machine I just have a little button that I push and I hold it to give me a back stitch, and the back stitch goes directly over, and as soon as I release it stops. Okay, and then I just go. So you use a back stitch sparingly. And always, when you are sewing a seam, whether it's straight or curved or whatever, you are not looking at your needle. It's too late. If you're looking at your needle, you're already too late. You're looking where you're lining up your edge, or if you have a line on your fabric that you need to guide, you're looking at where it feeds into the center or where it feeds into either the edges of one of these feet. So in this case, I'm just looking at my seam, so I'm looking at making sure that my edges are lining up with the marker on my machine. Now sometimes when I have a bigger curve, I will stop, put my needle down, and turn my fabric so that I can accommodate that curve a little bit better. Or maybe, I guess not a curve so much as a big angle. And again, I've got some notches down here. They all match up nicely, so I'm happy. So I'm just watching my edge, and I'm making sure that it's guiding all along that 1/2 inch marker. Going straight on down. My edges all line up perfectly. It's really nice. Even if they don't, you're okay. It's just fabric, not metal. So I get to my end, and I do a couple of things. I go right to my end, I push my reverse button, I do a back stitch, and then I finish it off. There we go. Thank you.